Hello, welcome back to my channel and another storing photo cards video. So I'm finally going to be putting away some photo cards. I have quite a bit to put away. These are all kind of really full. So I have a lot to put away, but I will only be doing 17 in this video because I want to take advantage of this video and talk about the Be the Sun tour, because I did go to the DC stop and I just want to talk about it. So yeah, we're just going to be putting away the ones at the top, and then I'll film a separate video for the last two bundles of photo cards I need to put away. And I won't really be talking about anything that I'll be putting away since I will be trying to talk about the concert. So yeah, if there's anything really special that I want to mention, then I will. But for the most part, I'm just going to be putting stuff away and talking about 17. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's start with this binder. And I'm going to skip forward to Face the Sun because that's the only stuff that I have to put away. Is this right? Why is this empty? Did I pull out the photo card? I can't remember. And if I find the photo card that goes there, then I will move it. Oh, I know what it is. I bought a Hoshi photo card and I want to put it there. Okay, anyway. So, Be the Sun. Like I said, I went to the DC stop, and that weekend was honestly beyond amazing. Just one of the best weekends of my life. And I went with my sister. She was actually the one who was able to secure the tickets for us, and we did get barricade for the extended stage. We were on the right side, and yeah, so we were really close. But yeah, my sister was the one who was able to secure the tickets. I went with her. I hadn't seen her in like 9 months almost, because the concert was on the 28th of August, and we went to DC. We drove to DC early just to spend the weekend, and then go to the concert and then drive back the next day. But yeah, so the weekend was absolutely amazing. My sister came in the Thursday before, and we were able to spend some time together just doing stuff and catching up. And I think I'm putting this in the right, yeah. We drove down to DC and we used the first 2 days to meet up with a friend of hers and mine as well. She's also a friend of mine who lives in Maryland. We just took the metro to her and we spent some time with her. And then the next day we basically just did all of the touristy things and just walked around DC. And we went to first thing we did was go to the National Art Gallery in the morning, because we really wanted to go to one of the museums, and that one was the closest one we could walk to. That wasn't like half an hour away walking without having to take an Uber. So yeah, we went to the National Art Gallery. We were there in the morning, and then we went to have lunch with that friend of ours again, and then we went to the National Building Museum. After that, we went and I think we went to have some ice cream in DC as well. Like, we were just sticking in that area, just walking around. So we went and had ice cream, and then we parted ways with my sister's friend, and we went back to the hotel for a little bit before we went to have dinner and to meet up with two friends of mine that I met on Instagram. They're mutuals of mine on Instagram. I love them to bits. They are absolutely amazing. And yeah, some of the best friends that I've made on Instagram. And yeah, I was able to meet them, which was absolutely amazing because it's great just being able to meet other carrots. And we were able to go to the same stop together, finally meet, and it was just absolutely amazing being able to meet them. So we met them, had dinner, and then we actually walked through the whole National Mall and walked all through that area down to the monuments, went back up for ice cream again, and then got to the hotel. And then when we got to the hotel, I went onto Instagram and started just looking through people's stories, since I had been just out the whole day and hadn't really been using my phone. and I see that Minghao, DK, and Vernon and Jonghan went to the National Art Gallery. They were there literally like probably an hour or two after my sister and I had left, because we went in the morning because we just wanted to do something, and we actually went to the East building because they have the East building and the West building. We decided to go straight to the East building because we knew we wouldn't have too much time. We only had like 2 hours before we would have to go have lunch. And so we went to the East building, and that's where the Blue Rooster is. I'll probably post a picture. I'll probably put up a picture of Jonghan with the Blue Rooster, because when I saw his Instagram post and I saw him with the Blue Rooster, I was like, are you kidding me? Because we were there literally like a couple hours earlier, and I took a picture of that Blue Rooster. Like, oh my gosh. So we missed them by a hair, which I am perfectly fine with. I want them to just be able to go around and do what they want to do without being followed and ogled at by people. I also don't know what I would do if I were to accidentally run into them. Like, I'd probably panic and just run the opposite direction. So best to not make a fool of myself. But yes, we were there like literally just like an hour or two before 17 was there. So that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, we decided to go back to the National, I literally just, what did I call it earlier? What? Oh, the National Mall. Jeez, I forgot that name for a sec. We went back to the National Mall, took an Uber because my feet were killing me because the day before, I had, with all the walking that we did, and then my ankles were just completely covered in mosquito bites, and they like became blisters. It was really, really, really bad. But because of that, like we decided to just take an Uber because we wanted to see one specific exhibition that was in the American History Museum. So we did that, and then just went back to the hotel, had lunch, and then got ready to go down to the concert. And in hindsight, I feel like we should have just spent the whole day getting ready for the concert and just focusing on the concert itself, rather than trying to hit up some museums in the morning, because the line got super, super long. And I think it also has to do with just the fact that, from what I've seen, most of all of the other stops were either like the waiting space was like either inside, or there was this like large patio area where people could hang out that was like enclosed before making the line to go inside. In DC, because it's literally in like downtown DC, like the arena is, we were just like lined up, like circling around the building, like just down the street. It was very difficult to like really meet people because we were just in line. And then once we got in, it was really crowded. But yeah, so we got there around 3 o'clock, thinking that that would give us enough time, because I think they closed the doors for Soundcheck at like 4:15. And when we saw the line, we had to do 2 lines. We had to first do a line to check in and have them like give us like the little kit. So they gave us this, which just has like a little towel. This is a little mirror, and then the lanyard. So this is what they give you for VIP Soundcheck. And we picked that up, and then we had to make another line to actually get in. Which, I don't know, my thought process is, I get it if the doors are still closed and people are checking in and then walking away to buy merch and do other things before coming back to actually get in. But if the doors are already open when you're checking people in for VIP, you're already verifying their ticket, so why not just let them in? But then we had to just make a whole nother line. So anyway, we did that. We got in perfectly fine in time. And there was actually another merch table inside, which was even better because they had multiple people working at that merch line, and we were able to just buy what we wanted to buy super quickly, because the lines were much shorter because there were more people taking payment and doing stuff. Outside, the line like wrapped the building because there were only like 2 people at the front taking orders. So very glad that we decided to skip the merch line outside and just get it inside. so much easier, especially if you do it after sound check, because after sound check there's still like 15 minutes before like general admission doors open, so you definitely have time to go back up and get stuff. And then the concert didn't start until like 7:30, so yeah. Let me walk through what I put away real quickly before actually getting into the concert in the next two binders. So I did get this Hoshi from Ataka, so he went there. And then these are the Hoshis that I showed in my Neokyo haul. Super, super exciting. I love these boys so much. And then I ended up getting these two from a friend of mine because I have zero self-control. Yeah, these are the ones that I put away. And then I ended up reorganizing this a little bit, and I got a third Seungkwan, and I think I now have all of his photo cards with these glasses because I absolutely adore this look on him so much. My absolute favorite. So yeah, I just wanted to have all of them, so they're here now. I think this is like the Happy New Year Ainochi Gara special photo card. So that's there. And then the other thing that I put away were two of my Hanabi Polaroid pools from a group order that I joined. So they're just going on this page with the other Hanabi and home trading cards. So I got DK and Hoshi, and I do have Scoops' set, but he's in the like trading cards like mini binder that I have. Let's move on to the next one. So once we got in, we bought merch, and the section that we were going to be in was actually, it was section 3, and it was actually lining up right next to the merch stand, which was perfect because we didn't have to like search for the area or anything. We were just right there, and it wasn't really a line. It was just like a group of people there. Like for sound check, you sit at your assigned seat, like the seat that you have for the actual concert. So there was no issue with like making the line and trying to get there early or anything like that. It's just a bunch of people, and then you go in and you sit at your assigned seat. So there's no like pushing or anything to try and get in front. So that is actually really nice that Soundcheck isn't just like a free-for-all, because yeah, I would not want to have to deal with that. But yeah, while we were in the line, we were able to meet some mutuals of mine on Instagram, which was super, super exciting. They were absolutely the sweetest. Like every single carrot I met there was the sweetest person ever, and I absolutely adore them. And they know this. Like yeah, love those girls so much. And it was so great finally being able to meet them and put some faces to the usernames that I see daily and that I interact with daily. So that was so much fun. And probably one of the best parts of the whole experience was just being able to meet these people who have become some really, really good friends of mine. So that was super fun. And then we went in for sound check. And sound check, let me tell you, sound check is an experience, and sound check is by far like the best. Okay. I think, I have this kind of reorganized, and I thought I had everything in order, but I don't actually. So we're gonna try and figure this out as we go, because I reorganized Face the Sun and took out some photo cards that I had in here because I just wanted to. There were some that I didn't absolutely love, and I was like, why am I trying to hold on to something that I don't absolutely love? I need to just keep it simple. I had way too many pages for Face the Sun. But yeah, so sound check for sure, like I will say the best part of the whole concert. Sound check, they don't allow you to, this is in a top loader, by the way, that's why he's not in there. For sound check, they do not allow you to pull out your phone and record anything. So they literally will tell you, like, if you pull out your phone, we will take it away from you. If you refuse to give us your phone, we will make you delete the content. And if you refuse to delete the content, we will kick you out. We will take your phone and you'll be removed. So some people do take videos, and I don't know how they do it. Like you are bold if you do that. I personally do not want to risk losing the amount of money that I paid to do sound check. I really have no intention of risking that. That is my cat playing with a toy. Hold on. But yeah, there are people who do it, and you'll see some of their videos circling around, but me personally, I could not do that just because, yeah, I don't want to risk being kicked out after paying that much to see the boys. So yeah, Soundcheck, because of that, because they, is this? Yes, this is right. Because you're not allowed to use your phone or film anything, it's just a completely different experience from the concert because you're really focusing on the moment and just interacting with the guys. And Soundcheck, they really interact a lot with everybody, and since they're also just focusing on, like, it's a smaller crowd that is in there, there's a higher probability of them interacting with you. And it's just amazing. Like, it was really, really, really surreal for me to see them in person. Like, the whole time that I was there, I couldn't believe that it was real and it was happening. Like, it still felt fake to me. It felt like a dream, and like I would wake up at any given moment. But yeah, they're just amazing, and they literally, I'm pretty sure, just like chew on their albums like on a daily basis. Like, they literally eat their albums. Like, it's crazy. They sound so amazing live. And so for Soundcheck, they did 3 songs. They did Rock With You, Darling, Crush, question mark? I can't remember. But yeah, they interact a bunch with the crowd, and if you don't know, for DC, Hoshi and Joshua got COVID, so they weren't at that stop, and they weren't at the Atlanta stop either. So I did not see OT13. I only saw 11 of them, which was a bummer because I was so excited to see them. Joshua, because this tour was the first time he was back in the United States after quite some time. And then Hoshi, the biggest thing that I always hear about Hoshi is what a performer he is. And I mean, who would not want to see our performance team leader performing? Like, that is, I really wanted to see that live, and I'm really sad that I didn't, but I am sure that I will get a redemption concert and I will be able to see him live one day. But it also sucked because Hoshi has climbed up my bias list, and at this point he is like a second bias. He is my main bias wrecker. Scoops will never be budged. He's fine. He's fine. But Hoshi has really climbed up there, and he's become my second bias. So very, very sad that I wasn't able to see him. But yes, so it was 11 of them. I'm pretty sure that I got like pretty good interactions during Soundcheck from Jonghan, DK, and Seungkwan. It's also so weird, like, being in front of them and like having them actually like perceive you and like notice you there. It's so, I don't know, it's like a really weird feeling. But it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I feel like Uzi and Dino were the ones that I saw the least of. They came to our side of the stage the least, I feel like. But yeah, everybody was like kind of roaming around. Scoops was like with his hoodie all up, and I did see somebody say that he and Mingyu like went clubbing the day before the concert at TC, so the man was probably just tired. But yeah, he had like his hood all the way up throughout all of Soundcheck. But yeah, it was still absolutely amazing. They were absolutely amazing. So Soundcheck, if you can, if you have the ability, like, I realize that I'm super I'm very grateful that I am able to do this, that I have, you know, a very stable job, and that I'm able to save up money and go to a concert and be VIP, be in Soundcheck, and be on the floor area and be barricade. Like, I'm extremely grateful for that, and not only because of that, but also because I know how difficult it is to get tickets to begin with, let alone barricade. So I know that I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. But if you ever have the opportunity and are in a position where you can try and get VIP for a group you absolutely love, trust me, it is worth it. It is 100% worth it, at least for this particular experience with 17. For me, it was 110% worth it, and I am saving up money to hopefully do it at least 3 times the next time they come to the States. So yes, I would say if you can, if you have the ability, if you have the money and time, do it. You will not regret it. But yeah, so that was Soundcheck, and then after that we just stuck around and chilled for a little bit until the actual concert started. And during this time, you basically just can roam around, go to the bathroom, grab food, or just sit. I kind of stayed in my area with my sister, and I did have a few friends that I know on Instagram come over because they like walked past me or they saw me and they're like, oh my gosh, hi, and we were able to meet. That was absolutely amazing. I also was able to meet Silly Pack. If you don't know who that is Sylvia, here on YouTube. Oh my gosh, she is absolutely amazing. She does reaction videos, particularly for BTS, TXT, and Hypen, AT, Stray Kids, and 17. And she is literally the sweetest person I've ever met. Like, we stood there and she just coincidentally, she was in the same section that I was. She was just like a few rows forward. And she was like, I think she was like only like 2 or 3 rows back from like the main stage. And I saw her and I was like, I think she like went to the bathroom or something, or she went to like see somebody. And on the way back, I saw her and I was like, Sylvia, oh my God, hi, it's me. And we were able to meet, and oh my gosh, we just stood there for a while just talking and talking and talking about anything and everything. And she was just the sweetest thing in the whole world. Like, honestly, like, oh my gosh, absolutely loved meeting her. She's the absolute best. And that's what I absolutely loved about this experience as well, was just getting to meet all these people that I've talked to, that I've interacted with multiple times before, and just everybody was the nicest person ever and so wonderful to talk to, and super grateful for being able to have that experience and be able to meet them. Let's quickly go through these. So this is now a Hoshi page, and this photocard is in a top loader, but he will go back in at some point. It's his other like little red boy version of that one. So we have that one, and then my phone just cut off, but then we have an OT13 set of the Path version. And then these are just some extras that I really liked that I wanted to keep. And then the OT13 of the Carrot version, the paint ones. And then this is going to be a page for the Weverse version. I think I might get Boo or Hoshi, one of the two. And then Sector 17 is completely done. So we have 3 members here, and then the rest of the 9 members, either for the New Beginnings version or the compact version, but all with the New Beginnings concept. And then some extras between like the Target exclusives and just Hoshi, because I pulled him a lot and I love him to bits. And then a Weverse version page. So that one's this binder. And this is pretty much all complete. The photocards that aren't in here are in top loaders, so this binder is officially like 100% complete. Everything that I've wanted to collect so far is done. Last but not least, we'll go through my scoops binder as per usual, and then I'll actually talk about the actual concerts. So for the actual concert, they actually kind of like start playing all of their music videos from the very first one to the very most recent one. So that's kind of how they set you up, and that's how you know that the concert's about to begin, because they kind of start counting down with that. So they play literally every single music video they have made. And so that just kind of counted down, and I was walking around talking to people, meeting other people. Usually around this time is when people are like handing out freebies. I completely missed out on freebies during the DC concert because I kind of stood in my area, and then I talked to a couple of people that I met or came by to talk to me. And that's what I did for the most part while I was waiting for the concert to begin. And then like when there were like 15 minutes left, half an hour left before the actual concert began, I went to go to use the bathroom just so that I was good throughout the whole thing. I wouldn't have to worry about it. And one of my friends was going to be handing out freebies, but I just completely forgot because I was so wrapped up in this being my first concert experience for a K-pop group and just dealing with everything and just like kind of taking everything in. So I completely forgot. I didn't check Instagram to see if anybody else was also handing out freebies, so I missed out on them. But the girl that was sitting in front of me, super sweet, and she went to the bathroom and to like get food earlier than me, and she caught my friend giving out freebies, and she actually got 3 of her freebies, one of which was this scoops, and these were made by Ruth. Why isn't this focusing? No, focus. Yeah. This is terrible. Anyway, so yeah, Ruth made these, and yeah, I'll put her username up on the screen, but she's a mutual of mine on Instagram. I love her to bits, and she's one of the people that I was able to meet at the concert and hang out with afterwards. But yeah, she made these like little carrot zone freebies, and the girl that was sitting in front of me pulled that one scoops, and she was like, "Oh, your bias is scoops, right? Here you go, you can have it." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." So I was able to get one of my friend's freebies because I was really sad that I wasn't able to actually get them myself from her. So I got that, and then I didn't get anything else at the actual concert because like I said, I just stuck to my area and just completely forgot about it. But a good friend of mine did she went to DC, and then she went to 2 other stops, and she did me a very, very, very big favor and grabbed freebies from 2 friends of mine that I did not get to meet on tour because they went to a lot of stops, but coincidentally, they just didn't go to DC. DC was one of the few stops that they didn't go to. So one of them is Ava. Everybody knows her here on YouTube, Karate Ome. And then the other one is Viv. She's NYC_17, well, SVT on Instagram. I adore those girls to bits, and we're really sad that we didn't get to meet, but Janine did me a huge favor, and she grabbed the freebies from them for me. So and I actually forgot that I had bought these freebies from them because they were also selling them online. So my dumbass was just like, "Oh, can you get these for me since I wasn't able to get them like at the concert?" And she got them for me, and then afterwards I was like, I already bought these from her. But anyway, so there's this clear card that just has bonbongi, and it is rose quartz and serenity themed. It's not really focusing, but I'm trying my best here. There we go. And then the other one, these 2 are from Ava, by the way. It's a Be the Sun themed one with bonbongi as a sun. And then she and Meg, both of them had these little stamps made of all 13 members, and it's so adorable. And then Viv's freebies, I'm pretty sure this was one of Viv's freebies, so it was this little sticker. So this is from New York, New Jersey. That's the one, those are the other 2 stops that my friend went to. And then there are these little like 17 and carat tattoos, and another clear card. And then there's this lenticular, which I don't know if you'll be able to see well, but it's her like family photo, and it just moves a little bit. And then my friend Janine was also able to get one of Ruth's freebies, so she ended up sending me a Mingyu as well. So this is the back of Mingyu. She put like little characters on the back with her name. It's so adorable. So now I have Mingyu and Coops for this. Super grateful for her for doing that because she really didn't have to, but since she had already gotten freebies from the New York show, she just got more freebies from the Newark show for me. I love you, Janine. Thank you so much. And then for all of the stops, there were banner events going on. So each stop had a different banner made, and you were supposed to hold it up during the photo that they always take with the crowd at the end or towards the end of the concert. And so this is the one that DC had. and it's Heaven's Cloud themed, which is really sad because Heaven's Cloud ended up not being on the set list. It was for the Soul stops, but they removed it for this one. So that was a little bit sad that we were holding up banners for a song that wasn't on the set list, but it's fine. But yes, so that's all that happened before the concert. And then, like I said, as they are counting down with the music videos, you can kind of tell which are the songs that people kind of like the most. There were a lot more cheers for the like newer songs because I feel like that's, you know, 17's fan base has grown quite significantly in the past couple years. So I wasn't surprised to hear the most cheers for like the newer songs. I feel like my camera all of a sudden like got really hazy. I'm sorry if this video is not good quality. It is like really cloudy outside right now because we just got hit with the remains of Hurricane Ian, and I have no power in this apartment right now. Haven't had power since like 6 o'clock yesterday, and it is, I don't know what time it is, but it's probably like past midday right now. Yeah, so I have no power, and I'm just filming this because my parents are supposed to fly in tomorrow, and then I won't be doing anything YouTube related for 2 weeks. So anyway, sorry if this is not good quality. But so when the countdown got to cheers though, holy crap, the energy that was in the crowd when cheers started playing, like everybody started going absolutely crazy and like yelling out the lyrics. And I really hope that everybody, like the staff and all of 17, really heard that, because cheers needs to be on their set list. I need to see 17's leader line perform cheers live. Like, it needs to happen and everybody wants it, and I hope they kind of realize that people are absolutely adore the song and really want to see it live. So after that, they just played the last few other songs. I think it's just World. And then after that, the concert actually began. And the moment they walk out onto stage is kind of indescribable. Like, if you've been in Soundcheck, then you've already seen them, but it's still just a completely different feeling because they're not like coming out to like interact with the fans and just kind of like do a little rehearsal. Like, they're coming out to perform, and they come out with this crazy energy, and it's, oh my gosh, it's hard to describe because for the most part it felt like a dream. And I tried to film quite a bit because I really wanted to have videos and memories of it, because I knew that it would be a whirlwind, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to like capture everything in my head and have it stay for the rest of my life. So I really wanted videos for me to be able to look back on and remember, oh yeah, this happened and this happened, oh my god, this was so amazing. So I was kind of really focused on that, but even so, like, there was a lot that I'm sure like I noticed when I was there that has just completely left my brain now, because I kind of blacked out and just like completely forgot about everything. Like, my feet were killing me the whole day. I didn't feel a thing during the concert. I was just so focused on enjoying the moment and just getting to enjoy their music and their performance skills, and they are incredibly talented. And okay, I got cut off again, but what I was saying was that I've heard a lot of people talk about 17 and refer to them as their comfort group, and I 100% agree. Like, 17, they just feel like home, and it's really hard to describe because it's just an amazing feeling to be able to see these people live. They are just genuinely amazing people, and I am so grateful to have been able to get the opportunity to watch them perform and do what they love on stage. And obviously, like I said, Shua and Hoshi were missing, but 17 really tried, like the rest of the members really tried to make up for that, and not only make up for that, but also not let anybody forget that they are 13 and they always will be 13, and they're always thinking of all 13 of their members. Like, I'm pretty sure like Vernon put up a lot of horanges during the concert, which was really funny and so adorable. So they tried to, you know, include Hoshi and Joshua as much as they could, while also like really bringing up the energy and not making anybody feel like people were missing. So it was a fantastic balance. I think they did that very well. But yeah, the concert, it took around 2.5 hours. I feel like some other stops have been longer, and they've done more of the like never-ending snap shoot and ajunais. But I did find out after the fact that DC does have like a 12 o'clock curfew situation. And I realized that real quick because all food places close at 12. There are very few that stay open later, and we were struggling to find food. But yeah, want to pause real quick because this photo card means that I officially complete We Make You for Scoops. Oh my gosh, and that is so exciting. I finally got his last We Make You photo card. So this page is complete, and if you know 17 photo cards, you know how hard it is to find these. So happy to finally be able to complete that. And then I did buy this HMV teenage one from somebody, and I didn't know where to put him, so he's gonna go here for the time being, because once I'm done with and am caught up with most of his photo cards, I'm going to probably start working on his HMVs. But this one was blue and it just kind of like fit the theme, and I think it's around the same time, so I think it made sense to put it there. And then this page. So when I did my Neokyo haul, I mentioned that I didn't think that I would be able to finish Scoops' Japanese album photo cards before their comeback in November for Dream. Oh my gosh. But Janine, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend, I adore her with my entire heart. And for my birthday, she sent me a little care package, and this was in it. And I did not expect this to be in it. She caught me completely off guard, but this is the last Scoops photo card that I needed to complete his Japanese album photo cards. So I finally have this. I can put him away. This card is so hard to find because everybody wants the Fallen Flower PCs that have like little petals on their face. And then this one, I mean, you can see the beret and his cheek heart. Like, it's so hard to find, but I finally have it. And thank you, Janine, so much. I don't know if you watch my videos, but if you do, I love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. And then the last actually Japanese album photo card, which is not actually an album photo card. It's a pre-order benefit, but it's his universal one. So finally complete this. And all of his Japanese photo cards are up to date, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so back to the concert. Yeah, it was just amazing. Like I said, I think ours was a tad bit shorter, and that could just be me making stuff up. But I think it was, and it was due to the time constraints in DC, like the curfew that they kind of have. But it was so amazing regardless. I think next time I will want to do a sign versus a headband. I think they will appreciate that more. It will get more interactions and it'll be more fun, and you can like write stuff. So highly recommend doing signs for concerts. I think those get a lot more interaction. But yeah, during the concert, it was kind of similar to Soundcheck. DK, Vernon, Boo, June, Scoops came to our side quite a bit. One who kind of like roams around doing his own thing, and just kind of like taking the whole thing in. He doesn't really interact with people per se like somebody like Boo does, you know. And then Woozy and Dino, I feel like, were the ones who came to our side the least. Yeah, I feel like I saw them the least. And Minghao did come up a few times. He was on our side a lot for the performances, but I feel like not as much for like the last bit of the concert where they're like interacting and doing the snap shoots and ajunices. So yeah, a lot of interactions from DK, Seungkwan, Vernon, and June though. June is the cutest thing. Like, by the way, that man is absolutely stunning in person. All of them are. All of them are absolutely beautiful in person. Like, if you thought that they were beautiful just by looking at them on a screen or in PCs, like 10 times more beautiful in person somehow. I don't know how, because they are already so gorgeous. but it is just it's completely different. Like they glow. DK smile in, oh my god, DK smile. So Coops, like I said, he kind of like he came to our side quite a bit, and he waved a lot and like kind of like said hi a lot. But I think he was just a little bit tired because people were saying that he was at a club the day before. I have no idea. I'm just speculating, but he did seem a tad bit tired to me, but that's just me probably going crazy. But yeah, he was absolutely amazing. When they do Adunais, and they do the actual performance, they kind of line up around the perimeter of the stage, and Coops was like literally right in front of me, which was so amazing. I have videos of everything up on my Instagram. I made a little highlight for DC for that whole weekend. So if you're curious and you want to see videos, it's up there. I also posted a little compilation video on here. So if you want to see that, go ahead and see that, and you'll see what I was seeing in person. But Scoops was absolutely amazing. Still need his sticker for this, which is really annoying. Jonghan comes over to your side and he will wave, but he has this like little smirk on his face. It is crazy. Like, that man is so gorgeous. And he looks at you and he like has this little smug smirk on his face, and oh my gosh, it is a lot. But he is so stunning, and he seems like so like sweet and gentle in person. Yeah, love him. This page is finally complete. Actually, Attacka's, all my Attacka pre-order benefits and fine sign photo cards are finally complete. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. And then June, when he like interacts with people, he waves like this, but like with his arm like completely extended and just goes like this. It's so cute. But that man is stunning. Like, that man in person is just wow. If I ever ran into him in person, like, holy crap. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yes. Also, June during Crush. Wow. Is all I have to say. Hoshi, like I said, wasn't there. Neither was Shua. Wonu kind of like roams around, does his own little thing. Woozy, I love him so much. He didn't come to our side much, but oh, he is so precious. And he like bent down and like kneeled down and like kind of like waved at us like right in front of me, and I was just like, oh my god, this man is so beautiful. And their vocals, holy crap, vocal team's vocals, like I said, it sounds like they just ate their CDs. It's crazy. I think this page is going to be nicely laid out with like all these zebra print all in one row. This page is probably going to be my favorite for sure. I'm sorry, I'm just like going by this while also talking about every single member. So then after Woozy, Minghao. So Minghao, again, amazing performer. He was like in our side when he was performing a lot, but not so much during the Adunaises and the snap shoots. But once again, another absolutely gorgeous. Like, he walks across the stage and you're like, wow. Wow, that is a gorgeous man. So adorable. And he had his little white sunglasses on. He looks so good. And once again, yeah, just an amazing performer. Mingyu. Oh my god, Mingyu is a problem. Mingyu is an absolute problem. He came to our side quite a bit during, oh, by the way, I have dubbed these photo cards as his Timmy Turner photo cards because of the pink hat, but he's so cute. And then let's go through the Japanese album photo cards since they are officially complete now as I wrap up the rest of the members. So yes, Mingyu came over to our side quite a bit during Hip Hop Team's performance, which, by the way, I think my favorite performance of the night was Hip Hop Team's because it gets you so hyped up. They did Game Boy and Back It Up, and holy crap, that really got me hyped up for the rest of the concert, 100%. Yeah, he came over to our side quite a bit and he had so much energy. So much energy. Also, going back to Chol real quick, he is kind of intimidating in person. Like, he has this aura about him and this energy. Like, when he walks, he literally will just walk and he will command attention. Like, he just oh my god, the energy that he exudes is like, Oh my gosh, crazy, 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 crazy. But yeah, Hip Hop Unit had so much energy. Absolutely love their performance. DK is literally the sunshine. His smile just could light up the whole entire world. His smile is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. He absolutely stunning. Like, he made me so happy. He was definitely one of my concert biases. So was Seungkwan. Seungkwan, like, we already know, like, he is a variety show king. He is our MC. I adore that man to bits. But after seeing him in concert, something about that just, it, it's just a whole different experience. And him, I just have a newfound, like, deeper love for him. Like, I already appreciated him so much, but I feel like I appreciate him even more now. And I just love him so much. Like, he was, I think, my main concert bias. And if you think you're not gonna have a concert bias, you will, trust me. For me, I think it was DK, Seungkwan, and Vernon. Vernon, I always thought would be really intimidating in person, and I've always talked to my friend about this and said, like, oh my god, Vernon seems like such an intimidating person. Like, I don't know if I, like, what I would do if I were to ever see him in person. But he is just so chill. He is so, so, so chill, and he just wanted to, like, have a really good time. He really calmed me down and made me feel like, oh, these are just people. They're just people. They're just guys. They're just guys who are just insanely attractive and insanely talented. But him, oh my god, him performing 2 - 1 was so good. So, so, so good. That really got me hyped. And it was the first performance after, like, the intro to the concert. Absolutely adore him. Newfound love for him as well. Like, I already loved all the members, obviously, but you still, like, have, like, your biases. And just, yeah, I just hold a lot more love in my heart for all 13 members, but especially DK Boo and Vernon. They just, like, completely stole my attention during the concert. And then the person that I thought would not be as intimidating in person ended up being intimidating, which is Scoops. Like, I did not expect him to be as intimidating in person, but he kind of is, but that's just me. And then Dino. So, like I said, Dino didn't come to our side as much, kind of like Woozy, but I did get a few videos of him just, like, waving to the audience towards the end of the concert, and he is so precious. He is so precious, and getting to see his Snapshoot verse live, I was so, so, so happy to be able to see that live, because that is my favorite part of anything ever. I love his verse in Snapshoot so much. He is just so precious. He is so precious, and I adore him so much. All 13 members I absolutely adore. And yeah, I can't wait for the day that I actually get to see Shua and Hoshi live, because I know it's going to be amazing. But that was pretty much my experience. I feel like I just fawned about them more so than talked about my experience. But yeah, my recommendations, if you're going to a 17 concert, get there early. Even if you are super early, it's better to be there early and then be able to walk around and already have checked in and then just have to do one line when you get there, than have to, like, be worrying that you're not going to get in time, especially if you have Soundcheck. So yeah, get there early. If you're going to invest your time in something, I would invest it in making a sign versus a headband. I think that gets many more interactions. Dedicate the whole day to that. Like, take your time, get ready, take your time getting ready and really enjoying it. And if you were to have the ability to go to multiple concerts, because I know not everybody can do it, not anybody can even go to a concert, but if you do have the opportunity and the ability to, I would highly, highly recommend going to at least 2 stops. My goal for their next concert or the next tour, whenever it happens, is I want to go to at least 3 stops. And at least one of them, I want it to be in, like, the 100 section, so that I can really appreciate the whole stage and get to see everything. Because that's the one thing about being in standing areas, in the standing seats, is that you can't really, like, you have great view of some things, but not of other things. Like, I was on the right side of the extended stage, so some of the performances, like for performance unit, when they moved to the front, I was just looking at their backs, which is perfectly fine. Like, I'd still, like, very grateful to have the opportunity to be there to begin with. But it's just something to keep in mind, and I do want to experience at some point in my life, like, seeing them, like, just on the stage, like, all 13, just, like, right there, and be able to fully appreciate the whole performance and all the little things that go into it. But if you go to multiple stops, if you have the opportunity to, it's great because you can, like, see the whole thing and kind of get a feel for what the concert's going to be like. So then you don't have to be, like, filming the whole time for all of the stops. Like, you can kind of enjoy it a little bit more because you're not so focused on trying to capture the moment and be able to have a memory of it, like, physically somewhere, which is kind of what happened to me, which I'm very grateful that I did that regardless, because now I have a bunch of memories that I can go back and look through, and have a bunch of videos that I can pull clips from and take screenshots of to get photos from. So I'm very grateful that I did that, but it's kind of easier to miss things because of that. So, but then again, it's also easy to, like, forget things that happened because there's so much going on at the same time. So yeah, those are just, like, my 2 cents on what my experience was like and what I would kind of do differently if I were to get the opportunity to see them again. But yeah, wouldn't trade it for the world. Absolutely love them, have a newfound love for them. We already know that I adore them with my entire heart, but this whole experience just solidified that and just made me love them even more somehow, because I didn't know that would be possible. But yes, just a lot of love everywhere, floating around everywhere. There are a lot of people that I still haven't been able to meet that I would love to get to meet. So hopefully in the next tour, I'll be able to see them. But yeah, I hope that one day you guys get the experience that I did, if you haven't already. And I really, really hope that everybody gets the opportunity to see their olds live, because it is truly special and something that I would never change for the world, and something that I will treasure for the rest of my life, 100%. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Sorry that this was so chatty, but I really tried to talk about everything that happened. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
우리 똥철이 볼빵빵했죠?